Hello and welcome to my video. This is Aquila Musonda here, and this is part 2 of interactive music systems question 2, and this is basically where I'm going to be explaining the 8-bar sequence part. The first thing that we're going to look at is the R master receiver. What it does, it receives a message without patch cords. As you remember in the previous video, we had the S master send, and what it was doing is to send a message without patch cords. But now that particular send is being received by this R master receiver, and then it takes us to the number box. What the number box here is doing is just to display and output a number, and then we go to the select, the cell, and as you can see, there's got these figures in it. So what the select does is to output bangs based on input matching. As you can see here, they've got 1 up to 32, and the reason this is 8 bars has got 32 individual notes. So that takes us to now this other part of the patch, which is the button. What the button is doing is to blink and send a bang message. So as you can see from the select, every output is being connected to its own button, and it's going to blink every time it receives or sends a message. Then that takes us to the toggle. As you can see, the button has its own corresponding toggle, so 32 in number. And then what the toggle does is switch between off and on, 0 or 1, 0 being off and 1 being on. As you can see here, if I do this, so this particular top part, these toggles are representing the kick. And as you can see, I've used some comments to show or indicate where bar 1, bar 2 is, bar 3, etc. until bar 8, since the question was asking us to create an 8-bar percussion phrase. So same thing with the snare part, the hi-hat, and the open hat. So I'm going to explain one patch over here that takes us to this other side of the patches. So as you can see, let me take it back to edit mode. So from the toggle, this patch cord is connected to the gate, to the left side of the gate, and then you've got this other part that is connected to the right side of the gate. And the reason this is on the right side, explanation is here. So the gate left closes gate, non-zero opens gate outlet, and then on the right side, incoming gated messages. The gate does is to pass input to an outlet. So from that gate, every single toggle from up there is connected to its own gate. And then from here, the R master receiver, it goes into the number box, which is displaying the output number, and then from here, each gate is receiving a signal from this on the right side of the gate. And then from there we go to the select. So what the select is to output bangs based on input matching. And as you can see here, the select has got 1, this one has got 2 up to 8, so that's about 2 bars basically. And do this, that's about 2 bars, because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 1 bar, and that repeats up to 32. And then from there on all the selects on the right side, on the left side, on the left side, bang if input matches 1, and then here bang if input matches 2, just like that till it reaches 32. And all these are being connected to this button, and what the button is doing is to send a bang message, and then this message is being sent to this message box. And what the message box does is basically to send any message. And then you've got another message box on the right side here, but now this message box is going to help open files or browser, in other words, and this is going to help us select our desired samples. And then for example, if I click here, it's going to open a file, and this is where I'm going to select the sample that I need. Go into the kicks, I select the kick that I need or any other sample, and then both of these are connected to the SF play tilde 2. meaning 2 channels. It's going to have 2 channels. And then from here it's going into the live gain. It's a decibel volume slider or meter. It's going to show how loud the sound is, and you can reduce that sound using this little fader right here. And then you've got the S tilde and then kick out left. So what this is now doing is sending a message to this part, sending a message to this part of the patch, and receive tilde and then kick out left. As you can see, what this tilde means is anything that has to do with sound. That symbol is there, so that's what this means. And then this is now connected. As you can see, even the patch codes are different. If you see these dotted like patch codes, meaning we're dealing with sound now, and then they're being sent to this live gain, which is being used as a master, and then going into this let's do this, and it's going to this easy deck right here. And this is basically working for everything. If we switch this off, meaning we switch off every single instrument or part that we added to this. So we switch it on. So basically this process I've explained is what's happening to this rest of the patch. From here, the same thing that's happening on the kick part is happening on the snare part, which the snare is here, and then you've got the hi-hat, which is on the bottom here, and then you've got the open hat, which is on the bottom left right here. As you can see, all the connections are all the same. So that's it for this part of question 2. So in the next video, I'm going to explain, or I'm going to basically demonstrate how to actually plot our 8-bar percussion phrase in presentation mode. Thank you for watching. As always, Aquila Musonda here.